Alright, Travis Wayne Goodsell, back from my run. Went to bed early last night and slept to catch up from that other midnight dream. Was it a dream? I think it was a dream. And then the following night, I stayed up late also. Alright. Well, we have a dream alert, as you saw from the title, assumingly. In this dream, I was with a woman. She was sort of a girlfriend, if I can remember the dream, now that it's been an hour later. I wrote down some keynotes from the dream, but didn't focus on the full dream itself when I woke up. She was actually explaining to me, helping me interpret my dreams within dreams, which was a way of being a messenger for me to help me interpret dreams. I was trying to understand why it was that I didn't have a job in my dreams, but yet I always had finances to pay for things. And so she explained that it was a dream interpretation, literally telling me this. And then a guy came and was donating pizza, little miniature pizzas, for a group that was gathering together in an auditorium chapel mix, similar to a classroom at Rick's College, or I'm assuming BYU. Well, yeah, BYU, because I went there for FYE, yeah, and also for John Tvetness's Book of Abraham Symposium, which got me banned from farms just by simple asking a question. I just asked a question. The girl right next to me said, "Oh, that was a very good question." And they banned me. But as it turns out, the miniature pizzas were cut into slices, and we had to only give away one of those slices of the mini pizzas. And the pizzas did not have sauce on them. They were pale pizzas. So yes, I instantly caught the interpretation. The fourth horseman of the apocalypse in Revelation. The pale horse with the pale horseman for famine. Because pizza is food, had no sauce, famine, pale. And so what we're experiencing right now is that last week we got numbers for the previous week. Last week they were reporting mass layoffs, even though on Friday they opened up jobs again. But that was only, as I warned you, that was only to prevent people from claiming welfare, as Governor Herbert threatened Utahns, Mormons, that if you have a good job offer, you take it. Nothing's a good job offer during a coronavirus pandemic. But they're forcing you to go back to work so that you don't get free money. And here's where our economic collapse is. Because if you go back 3 weeks from Friday, there's going to be another rush on the hospitals. Utah is not going down. We're still going up. We had a bad day yesterday, as we're not in the national reporting of a moderate risk nation or state. We are in high alert. We have only 3 million population. And so the percentage that we have is high comparative to the other states with higher populations. And so don't be fooled by our government, by our businesses, by the Mormon church, who are deceiving us and trying to destroy us. They are literally exterminating us, mankind. And so that's what I need to warn you about today with my dream, is that those of you who still have jobs and still have your credit cards all paid off, or mostly paid off, from Christmas, what the hell is wrong with you? The people who have lost their jobs are maxing out their credit cards. They're not taking their final paycheck and trying to be conservative with their purchases. They're in panic mode, or pre-panic mode. Remember the 2018-2019 government shutdown? Remember what that caused? And then after Trump broke the record for number of days, he then lifted it. But my God, were people scared to death. Well, we've already broken that record for number of days with a coronavirus government shutdown, business shutdown, church shutdown, national shutdown. This is worse than last year. And it's already broken the record. And so they've maxed out their credit cards already. Do you know what that's going to do? Yeah, the credit card companies are going to be asking for a bailout. Not all of them got it. There's a collapse coming, guys. This isn't going to be fine. This isn't going to go away. There is a collapsing spiral, just like in 2008. I saw it because I was on the front lines of it. I was a federal postal worker, delivering to new subdivisions. There was a great increase. And then all of a sudden, that summer, before in 2008, people couldn't afford their homes anymore. And they were bailing. And they weren't notifying the post office. As I kept delivering to them. It was the advertising, which I recognized it. And it was just piling up in their mailboxes. And I went, uh-oh, we've got problems. And so when I filed my lawsuit, I put it in my lawsuit that the economy is collapsing. And what did I know? I was considered the terrorist for filing a lawsuit. How dare I? And soon after, collapse. And the way that Obama saved us from Bush's economic collapse. Remember, it was Bush. 2008, Bush. Not Obama, Bush. But I remember telling people are going to blame Obama or whoever the next president is rather than Bush. That's always how it is. And Sure enough, people were blaming Obama, but Obama saved us temporarily. He put a little band-aid on the crack on the dam that was about to burst, and did so by drastically increasing our national debt. Took out a loan, so to speak. And we've never recovered from that loan. We've never been paying it back. We can't pay it back now. The interest is far too much than our income. It's on an upward spiral now of debt. And so Trump comes in, oh wow, he just took it from there and spiraled it up more. So yes, we have a collapse coming. I don't want anybody to die. Even those of you who hate me, who have already given up on this video, and it's only 11 minutes in, to put a thumbs down and put a hate comment that you want to have me die. I don't want you to die. I don't want mankind to die. I'm not your enemy. I'm not in a position of power who is causing all this to you. And so, in 2016, I was Neighborhood Watch President for this area. They abandoned me, and then they got taken over by gangs created by the vacuum, by me no longer patrolling their neighborhood, because they abandoned me. But one of our meetings, we had he was a member of the church. He moved out since then. He was only renting one of the houses, and has since taken his family elsewhere. He was in a position to have been a part of an emergency meeting with the church, and knew that the church was not prepared and would not be prepared in a national emergency, a natural disaster in Utah, or in one of the cities in Utah. They just were not prepared. They have multi-billions, if not in the trillions, as I've been telling you. They're prepared money-wise, but they're not prepared with physical provisions. They have the welfare square, but they are not producing to capacity to create a storage supply like Joseph and the Pharaoh. They aren't prepared, and they knew it, and they weren't caring. They weren't going to prepare. They had money. What good is money during an economic collapse? Exactly. But as I also pointed out with my lawsuit, the church has a ton of property assets. That's where their real money comes from. Even though all their investments will collapse in the stock market and all that stuff. But still, they don't care about us. They never did. They weren't preparing as they told us to prepare instead. To have a year's supply of food, which they gave up on for the last couple of decades. Told us to be self-reliant, which bishops kept reminding us if we dared to go and ask them for assistance, which is supposed to be temporary. The church purposely betrayed us. The government purposely betrayed us. Businesses purposely betrayed us. They all banded together to exterminate us. We are coming to the Final Horseman. Starvation, And it hurts in the final hours before you die of starvation. Just go hungry for a fast. You think you're dying after just 2 meals of going without food? How long is it? A week? That mankind can go without food? 3 days without water? Or is it vice versa? So, I've been telling you about signs in the heavens, as the Bible, and in Mormonism, we are commanded that once we are baptized, we are supposed to look for the signs of the coming of Christ. And I've been telling you, it's not the Christian Jesus. Even though you Mormons want to say, oh, well, it's not Trinity, it's Father and Son. But it's still the same Christian narrative. No! Why do you think the Jews don't believe in the gospel Jesus? Because he died. He did not restore the kingdom of David. And what is the current Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints claiming Joseph did? But he didn't because he died. I try so hard, and yet Mormons just abuse me. They blame me. They want me destroyed. I'm just trying to warn you. So, today at noon, Mercury, whom I've already and have been telling you over and over again, represents Trump. I knew it from the 2016 election, where Mercury was in the middle of the judgment bar of Libra, as the sun was at the top of Libra. Those of you who think you know a little Egyptian, as you suppose, know that the judgment has to do with Ma'at, and that the feather or head of Ma'at is at the top for the one doing the judgment. So the sun being at the top is judging. What did we have when that occurred? An election of the government leader. And who is being judged on the scales in the middle? Mercury. Trump was the one who was officially declared the winner. Mercury is Trump. It's that simple. It's not complicated. It's not mysterious and magical. And so today, Mercury is getting eclipsed by the sun. He is found having failed his judgment. There was already the warning in the August 21st, 2017, total solar eclipse, where Mercury and Mars were with that sign at Regulus in Leo, the lion, the symbol of Utah, Judah, the New Jerusalem, America, of which it crossed directly over the whole of America. Regulus is the king star, and it had a total solar eclipse in conjunction with it. As Mars and Mercury, because anciently, government and religion were united into a theocracy. In America now, it's split. So who are the two? Well, government's easy. It's government of America. The president is the man symbolizing the king. It's what the presidency was made for. It was a compromise. Because they didn't want to have a monarchy, but there were certain southern states that said, hell no, we want a monarchy. So they compromised with a presidency. was just supposed to be the 2 branches of government. It ended up being the 3. And they exploited that 3rd branch, so that now we are in a monarchy. We have been conquered. And that's what the sign meant. That we are going to be destroyed. And the religion too. What's the religion of America? Oh, the Catholics of the Pope. Where are they located again? Oh, Italy. Right. Okay, is that in America? Is that the 51st state? No. Has nothing to do with the Catholic Church. It's America. Prince has a song for that. I'll put that song in there as in the description. America, Prince. Because he also did 1999 for the end of the world. But yeah, that's today. If Trump does die, as Monson did, on the sign of the stars falling from the heavens, we would have Pence take over. Revelation does talk about the beast having his head wounded and another head growing in its place. Oh, president and vice president. We already know the rumors from the Huffington Post that covered the thumbnail that somebody had put in there of Trump in a coffin that looked like it was from a Simpsons episode, but the Simpsons don't claim it. It's not from a Simpsons episode. Somebody just created it to look like a Simpsons scene of Trump in a coffin. That may be today. We'll have to wait and find out, won't we? But Pence would then take over. Pence is of the old republic where the emperor was not known to the populace. He was running his religion, the Sith, through the underground. See, we got plenty of time to watch movies now, so I'm using movies to help you understand what they're doing. Because they're using movies to destroy the earth. Shouldn't you understand those movies so that you can protect yourself and defend yourself against them? The criminal lawyers know. That's how they get their defenses, is from movies of the bad guys. That's why the defense for Roger Stone said, "Your Honor, we insist that the jury not watch The Godfather to understand our client's comment." Because it would do damage. And so, the same thing, guys. They're using R-rated movies against us. And Mormons, who were good little Mormons who didn't watch the R-rated Idol, you are clueless. And so Pence is of that old school, where they give an outward appearance of strength and confidence and taking charge. "I'm the decider, Dad." A little slam on Bush there. But when the laws and the acts that are passed by them, they show their true colors. They take away our liberty, our life, and our property. They don't care about us. And it shows in the laws they pass. That's how you know them. And they'll lie to your face. "Oh, we're helping the poor," like Orrin Hatch did, Mormons. "Oh, this tax bill for Trump, it's to help the poor." And the Democrat, I can't remember his name at the moment, was arguing, "This is helping big business." How dare you! I was born poor! Yeah, it helped the rich. It helped the church, specifically. That's what Orrin Hatch was doing for their little plot that they were involved in with Russia. That's what Orrin Hatch aided and abetted with that tax bill. And so that's how the old Republicans worked. So Trump comes along, the old Republicans are saying, oh, we disapprove of his character, but we love his policies of separating children at the border and locking up babies in cages. We're fine with that. It's just the manner in which he speaks. Oh my God. When you have that anonymous guy, oh, we're helping to save America because Trump is out of control with his mannerisms. But we love his policies. You're not saving America then, Mr. Anonymous. So, yeah, that's the difference between Trump and the old Republicans. Pence is of the old Republicans. He is more dangerous and deadly because he will make the news comfortable. The news will think, oh, okay, everything's fine now. Oh, we don't have to do our jobs. We just have to report that everything's collapsing and we don't understand why. It's because he's going to be enacting laws and rules and regulations in the underground. And so it will require journalists to be actual investigators, which they've not done under Trump. They've waited for Trump to say something so that they can report on it. I mean, we got lucky to find out what Trump had been doing behind the scenes from all his verbal distractions and abuses. So, this is today. And in Terminator, John Connor's dad told, I'm having trouble with names, Sarah Connors, come with me if you want to live. And so I'm saying something similar. Follow my warnings if you want to live. I don't want you to die. Government, business, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints cannot give you that guarantee. They will not give you that guarantee because they're the Terminators. And not the Terminator that was reprogrammed to be the protector of John Connor. So yeah, I saw the latest one as well, but that's not what I'm referring to.